You're still listening to Breakfast Connect on Africa Business Radio. I'm still Bimbola Awuyele. Now we're going to go into today's discussion, and we'll be talking about human resources. To help us through today's conversation, we have with us an HR specialist, Nimi Oruye. What does an employer want from an employee?
Well, in one word, he wants productivity. The employer basically hires an employee because he expects him to be competent in certain areas, especially when it's not an entry-level position. Okay, but he wants somebody who is able to, one, abide by company rules and regulations, and then whatever job or whatever roles he's employed to do, he should be competent enough to deliver the responsibilities that are assigned to him in that role. Okay, all in the aim of achieving certain objectives for the company. Okay. So, I mean, when employers are doing a recruitment process, okay, definitely from the recruitment you cannot determine who will be good staff. You understand? But you're looking out for people who have certain potential, people who have certain skills, certain knowledge areas that will be advantageous to the company in the long run.
Okay, and on the reverse, then what does an employee now want from an employer?
Well, I mean, if I say Nigeria, I will say Nigeria first of all, because I say Nigerians more often than not think about the money first, and they think about advancement of careers. You understand? They want to be somewhere that they can grow and become at least senior officers within the company. You understand? Yeah. So basically, they want an employer that can give them some level of safety, some level of assurance that their job is not threatened with every little mistake they make. You understand? Yeah. I mean, because we're human beings, we will make mistakes sometimes. You understand? But at least being able to grow through those mistakes to become whatever they hope to become in the future. So basically, it's about career building. It's about a source of livelihood that they're expecting. You know, and at the point of entry, certain things are discussed, certain things are requested, you know, by the employee in most cases, and they are only hoping that the employer would be able to satisfy those needs that they have on entering the company.
Okay. Now, here's a tricky one.
Okay. Is
there such a thing as a perfect employer or employee from your professional? You've been doing this for quite some time. Yeah. So is there such a thing as, you know, a perfect employer or a perfect employee?
Well, there isn't such a thing as a perfect human being. So I would say no first. You understand? Yeah. So, I mean, if there isn't any perfect human being, but generally, with what we have to work with, in our imperfections, yes, there's a thing of, I mean, anybody who is able to abide by company policies, anybody is able to carry out business in the best ethical manners that they can. Anybody who is able to give the company a certain level of productivity that ensures that business keeps moving forward. Okay, I mean, employers are good with you in that situation. Yeah. But in terms of employer, then any employer who is willing to listen to the employee, understand his needs, and meet them. You understand? As far as he's doing his duties as expected by the employer, he expects to see some level of growth during his time there. You understand? I mean, an environment where there's a level of meritocracy. You understand? Where I mean, if you say these are the things that will enable you move to the next level, and I meet those things, then let me move to the next level. You understand? Yeah. Let me be able to grow within the system. Let me be able to, if it means attending trainings, if it means salary reviews, if it means additional responsibilities, additional level of trust from the employer. Yeah. I mean, these are things that employees are happy with usually.
Now,
you understand?
Yeah, you've done, you've been doing recruitment for quite some time. In as much as there is no perfect employer or employee, there have been some near perfect, people, who kind of fit the bill to what you were looking for. To what degree, have you met such people, during the recruitment process that, wow, this guy really blew our mind? In what percentage? Will you say about 50% of the time, that I've conducted an interview, I've met people who went ahead to exceed expectations, or is it 30%?
Okay.
Or
so
10%?
Now we're talking about the employees, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of the employees, I would say more often than not, really. Yeah. When it comes to at least experienced hands. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's an entry-level role, I mean, you can't really determine until they've been able to trade on the job, and then you determine some work ethic challenges or work ethic issues they may have. You understand?
Yeah.
But in terms of percentages, I would probably put it at a 60-40. Yeah. Now, this is why I say so. In my own experience, a lot within Nigeria at least, a lot of people get into jobs not because they have a passion for the job. You understand? I mean, most of us don't even get into university to study the things we plan to study.
True.
You understand? You get into university because that's what the school had offered you a lot of times.
Yeah.
You understand? So imagine you coming out from there, okay, and then you go looking for a job in the line that you've now had to do, not because it's what you actually had a passion for. You understand? So definitely you'll have certain challenges. You'll struggle more than others who have a passion will struggle. So understanding that there's a higher number of people that are in jobs that they really would rather not have taken if they had a choice.
True.
You understand? I mean, I've had to talk with people who are in banking. They're getting promotions and all, but they're not happy. And once you're not happy, how much can you really deliver? How much are you willing to even grow yourself beyond what the company will train you? You understand?
Yeah.
To be able to deliver your job effectively.
All right, but we're going to come back to, what you just mentioned now. But, just going on, in most companies and corporations, I've noticed, personally that the HR department, usually comprises a handful of people, managing hundreds, if not thousands of employees. Why is this usually the case?
Well, I'll start by saying most organizations, one, do not value the input that HR can give. You understand?
Yeah.
So basically HR is seen more as a cost center because, I mean, HR is not bringing in money, is it?
No.
Normally in organizations, for instance, the marketing industry or any industry every industry has to do with some level of marketing. Yeah. So it's more likely that people who are in marketing, would advance faster than their contemporaries in other supporting units. So HR is usually one of those supporting units. You understand? So the question is, why should they invest so much in people in HR?
True.
I don't know if you understand what I mean. Yeah. So why should they invest so much in people? So basically, to try and get the best of, some level of value for money by their perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
They would rather have a small HR team handling the organization, because in truth, every line manager is the first line is his first line of human resources. For any organization. You understand? So that's why we have trainings like HR for non-HR managers.
Yeah.
They get to understand the basics of managing people within their teams. You understand?
Yeah.
But in terms of human resources as a department, it's really, like you said, not common to see a large HR team in comparison to the number of staff within the office space.
All right. So, going back, to what we were talking about earlier, about people not being so satisfied on the job.
Yes.
How does HR come to that term? How do you determine that? Is it by constant or periodic evaluation of staff, or is it by having a psychology department in the company or something? What's the standard way of measuring job satisfaction by the HR department?
Well, usually we have, from when I first wanted to do human resources, I had an assignment back in school that had to do with motivation. Okay?
Yeah.
And because of that assignment, I had to read a number of articles and books, to understand that. And I came to a conclusion that HR should be, one of the responsibilities of HR should be like a complaint. Like you have the Public Complaints Commission.
Yeah.
Where people can come and express without fear of being penalized their grievances within the system. The grievances within Yes, so you have the ombudsman system, where people can actually come and air without fear of victimization or anything. So HR it needs to be that kind of body within the organization where people can come and explain what challenges they have, because you have situations where people leave companies a lot of times not because of the company itself, but probably because of their line managers. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you don't have somebody you can talk to that can help address some of these issues with your line managers without putting you in a position of being victimized by that manager, you understand? If HR can't come between the staff and their managers, then it will be a problem for the organization. You understand? So when I see organizations that have HR, the most senior person in HR, being, let's say, a senior executive, when you have heads of departments being managers, you understand, he's unable to look at these people eyeball to eyeball and address issues that probably are happening within their teams. You understand? So ordinarily, HR should be able to, I believe, from my own experience, that if the person in charge of HR cannot speak eyeball to everybody else in the system, then there's going to be a problem. Because there are going to be people who are going to be victimized, and HR can only keep quiet about it, because no matter how much you talk about it, somebody will tell them to keep quiet. Like, you're junior to me.
All right. Now,
you understand?
Yeah, I do. Now, recruitment has gone a long way, since the days of Tuesday Guardian. Remember Tuesday Guardian?
Yes.
Yeah, another classified ads.
I also bought Tuesday Guardian for some time. So yes, I remember. So help us understand the journey from what the recruitment process used to be, what it currently is, and where it's going. Well, now, even within the media space, we refer to new media, which is digital. You understand? So, things have gone digital, meaning that, people don't buy newspapers like they used to, because they can consume media online. You understand? So, because most of the younger generation, they spend more time on their phones. So how can we reach these people if you need to employ them? We need to use a medium that can reach them on their phones. You understand?
Yeah.
And so basically, where they are is online. So in more recent years, we've seen people move to job boards to get job placements, to seek for job placements either on Facebook or Instagram or on Twitter. A lot of these things have been advertised more that way. You understand? More than, back in the days, you even used to hear of vacancies on radio. You don't have much of that anymore.
No.
So I mean, of course, you can't negate print media. I mean, so print media still has its own followership. Yeah, but the larger populace is moving towards digital. Has moved towards digital actually. Yes. So basically, I mean, by use of job boards, by use of even independent companies having their own vacancies placed on the online, so that people can come there. People who are interested in them will come to their site and look and go click on the vacancy hyperlink to know what vacancies are existing within that company. But sadly, with the migration to digital, a lot of job boards, which I have experienced in my own profession, some job boards will pick an advert that has been placed somewhere and put on their own platform, just so that they can get some followership. Nobody gets to know whether that job has actually closed or not. You understand? I mean, you see a lot of things even going through WhatsApp. I mean, being spread, vacancies in this place. Somebody may have been hired already by the time you get it on your WhatsApp.
True.
You understand? Yeah. You know, I mean, I've put out an advert before somewhere, and then 2-3 weeks later, it comes back to me on WhatsApp as a broadcast. And I'm like, really? Yeah.
Oh my word.
I've seen that happen with my own posting. So you can imagine what people have to suffer. You know? Yeah. But yes, digital is more like the new media, the new way to reach people. You understand? And I mean, well, like you say, it's still new, so it may still be that way for a bit. Yeah. What you may just see is a different types of job boards that are probably more authentic than what we're experiencing now.
All right.
That's I mean, you also see people using what do you call them? Group emails or something to send out vacancies to a wide range of people. You understand? But a lot of times, by the time those things get to you, the fake positions are actually closed. Then the job seekers are applying. They say nobody's responding to them. They won't know that what they're applying to is probably a closed advert.
Now, let's look at gender equality. Some say it's gender equity now. There's that debate going on, but just for the sake of argument, and victimization in the workplace. All right. During your time, as HR manager, what was it like? And what are some of the things we can do? Or what are some of the challenges surrounding gender equality and victimization in the workplace?
Okay, well, I'll put them differently. Okay. In terms of gender equality or equity, of course, the female gender will always raise an issue. Yeah, but now the truth is, as an employer of labor, okay, we've talked about how the employer is expecting you to be able to, some level of productivity, which requires you most times to be as available in the office as possible. Okay, but I mean the natural challenge that we have with the female folk. Yeah, of course, they're the ones who get to go on 3 months leave or 6 months leaves, depending on company policy. You understand? So that actually poses a threat to an organization that's trying to keep their staff strength small. You understand? So maybe if such a person who has a wide range of responsibilities has to exit, and the company is operating in their absence, the question the company will ask is, so do we need this person? I had a female boss once tell me she was looking for a personal assistant. Yeah. And she told me that she didn't want a female. That she wanted a guy. And you now wonder, so who's really victimizing the females? You understand? Because while the females are complaining, even females will tell you that they don't want a female, they want a male. You understand? Because they don't want somebody, and if they even hear, the person is getting married, or the person just got married, they're already thinking about, you'll soon get pregnant. You understand? So those are the things that really affect, those are things that we can't easily change from that. True. You know, it's not a problem just facing Nigeria. It's globally. You understand? It's globally. I mean, interestingly, because of this whole lockdown we've experienced over the past few weeks, people have seen that people can function from home. People can function remotely. You know, before this option was not really there. in most organizations, you know, but now we're seeing that things can happen this way. Maybe, people will be able to embrace, okay, you're not in the office, fine, but we need this from you from home. You understand? And what I've seen happen, even working from home, is that there's really no closing time. Some meetings start by 6:30. Some meetings start by 11 p.m. You know, I've even heard of a meeting starting at 1 a.m. You understand? So meaning that around the clock, you are available to attend to official matters. True. From the time when you close at 5:30, and anything that has to do with work has to be the next day. Very, very true. Very true. You understand? I mean, so we're seeing times change during this lockdown. You understand? Yeah. Things are so big. People are still trying to be effective at work, you know, without being physically present in an office environment. All right. Now, so just maybe you consider opening up such options for the females who cannot always be in the office for one reason or the other. And of course, because they are more of the ones you expect to take care of children. Yeah, while the guy can go to a club or go to a bar and go and close some deals. Yeah? Yeah. The women be going home most likely to take care of the family, prepare food for the family. All right, yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, I was once at an interview, and when I sat down, the panel had two men and a woman. And the first thing the lady, I was still in the banking sector, and, I was trying to move to another bank. And the first thing the lady said to me was that, she queried the patterned shirt I was wearing. And she said to me, young man, don't you know you're not supposed to wear a checked shirt for an interview? And that was the first time, I had ever heard of that. Yes, heard of that. So how does dressing and appearance, to what degree does it really, affect productivity in the office or, at the workplace? Well, I wouldn't say it affects productivity. Yeah, now this may be personal. Yeah. I used to also work in the bank once upon a time. Okay? Yeah. And at the time, you can only wear white or blue shirts, in fact, to work. You understand? Yeah. We allowed a check shirt. You can wear a check shirt, but of course, you just know how to. This has to do more with having the right dress sense. You understand? Yeah. So I would say it's more subjective than a professional look at things. Yeah, I like to say it's subjective because I used to wear ties to work every day for about 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, and then, but in my mind, I hated wearing ties. So at a point, I'm telling you, but I had to wear it because of work. So I actually promised myself at a point that my next job, I will not have to wear a tie. You understand? And just truly for over 10 years now, I haven't worn a tie. I'm telling you, because I used to go to my sister-in-law's office then to pick her up Yeah, sometimes. And I see her colleagues all business casual. And I'm like, why can't I come to work like this? I'll probably feel better. I'll probably be more productive, if I was more relaxed than having to be in a tie. Now for corporate outings or meetings, I probably will wear a native attire more than have to wear a tie. You understand? I don't wear ties. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why I say for me personally, I never look at how somebody is dressed. Sometimes how they're dressed is only because of what they can afford.
Yeah.
I remember going to a job one day. I mean, the first time I met I was going to meet with the MD, and he saw what I was wearing, and I was like, no, I have to wear a tie, I had to go buy a shirt that day and a tie and come back to see him.
Wow.
Because it's not something I normally had, and it was not even the kind of organization that you would expect to always have a tie on. But this guy was from UK, and that's his dressing. You understand? So that's what they wanted me to do. That's how he wanted me to appear. So the organizations would have their own cultures, would have their own dress sense and all of that. That you need to abide by. And if you know that it's that kind of organization you're going to, then naturally you also appear in an outfit that would fit that environment. That's why when it comes to interviewing, I usually tell candidates that they should research the company as much as they can. And once they get to know the identity of the company, you should research the company, understand what's their system, And, because how you appear sometimes will let them understand the kind of person you are. Can you fit into this environment or not? You understand what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Nimi, the Chief Executive Officer, TalentXtra Nigeria Limited, for being our guest on the show this day. Hopefully, we can get more HR-related resource material, expert opinions from you in times to come. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate you, Nimi, and we hope you can be our guest on another edition when we are looking into personnel issues. So we've been talking to Nimi Oruye on today's edition of Breakfast Connect. The show continues in a moment. Stay with us.